Hi everyone, this is Jacob again, and it's finally Friday. Today I wanted to go over firmware updates and how you can manage your firmware, whether it's a Extreme device or a third-party device with Extreme Management Center. It's pretty simple within Management Center to manage the firmware on your devices through Management Center. So we're back on the dashboard of Extreme Management Center, and we need to find the device that we want to upgrade the firmware for. Once again, we'll go back to the device tab and we will go find the device we're wanting to upgrade. So here you can select multiple of the same device. So you can actually drop this down to device type. So say you wanted to do all your devices in a certain type, you can do that. You can come down, I have two different controllers, and I could select both of those and right click and check for firmware updates. If I wanted to do just one, you can do that as well. I only have one Summit switch, so I can right click that as well and check firmware updates. It is here you'll enter in your credentials to your Extreme portal. Once you did that, you would click OK. If you need to change the credentials that you've already entered in, you can come down to Administration, go to Options, and it is under extremenetworks.com updates. You can come down to Update Credentials, and you can change your credentials here. I actually don't have any credentials because I am an employee and not a customer, so I will have to go about it the second way. The second way of getting your firmware updates is by logging into the Extreme portal. To do that, we'll simply go to extremenetwork.com and we'll go to the support portal page, and you will have to log in to your support portal. You fill out your information. If you don't have any, you can create a new Extreme portal account and you can pull the information down from there. So this is my portal page. Mine's a little different. I don't have an asset tab up here on the right. But I also want to point out this is where you would go to enter in your GTAC help tickets. And you can follow these guides in order to put those in. But to find your firmware, you just go to Products. You go to the type of product you're looking for. We're looking for a switch firmware, so we'll go to Extreme Switching. It'll load up that page. Then you find the device. You have chassis, data center, stackable, standalones, and we're looking for a 440G2, so I'll click on 440. And there's all your software updates. I'm looking for the latest, so I'll go with the latest and just click download on the software update. You'll enter in your serial number, which you can get back here on Management Center. And you scroll over till you find the serial number, and all you have to do is simply copy, paste, hit continue, and it will begin to download. I have already downloaded this, so I will stop that, and we'll jump back over. Once you've downloaded your firmware, we'll jump back over and we'll go to the firmware tab. You'll upload your firmware by dragging it onto the box. Here we have to decide which directory it goes in. TFTP is used for switching, and SCP is the default used for your wireless controllers. So we'll simply hit TFTP and we will upload to the directory. Once that is done, we can close that out. We can refresh. And once that is done, you can see that it is now a part of our firmware. So we'll jump back to devices, select the devices, either one device or multiple devices. We'll select that one device, come down and hit upgrade firmware. That'll open up a pop-up box, and we will go and assign an image. Assign the image you're wanting to upgrade. we then have a couple of options. You can decide to restart the device after the upgrade, which is the recommendation that we make, is that you do restart the device after the upgrade. And you can also schedule for later. This is where you can schedule for later in the night when the network isn't being utilized. You can also set it to abort on failure. So if it fails on a device, you can abort and return back to the previous firmware version. On this one, we're going to do it now. So we will click off that and hit start. And yes to begin downloading firmware. It will begin to download your firmware. Once it's done, you can close the pop-up box and you can see that the firmware has been upgraded. So this is a great way to stay on top of those firmware updates. You can do batches, so you don't have to run them one at a time, which is very helpful. And you can schedule overnight, which keeps you from having to interrupt your network during the day. I hope this was helpful. That's it for this Finally Friday, and I will see you next week. Thank you.